Hey guys, welcome back. And today I have spent the last hour, when I should be studying for my final exam, mathematically proving who will win the Stanley Cup playoffs. Now, I will show you the model, in quotations, and then what my heart says, and then we'll see which one is more accurate. So, I read online, as all great things begin, that you need 2 out of 3 things to win the Stanley Cup. You need 2 solid centers, a number 1 D-man, and an excellent goalie. You need 2 of those 3 things. Now, I added my own spin. In my opinion, as proven by Tampa Bay, you also need an excellent third line, specifically the third line. And you got to get hot right before the playoffs. Lots of teams sneak into the playoffs because they get hot and then they go on an excellent run. So using that methodology, I've used numerous things to give them scores. For example, NHL line combinations. I'm going to use Dallas as an example for all of these. Here are the lines. In cases where the lines weren't immediately apparent, what I did was go into morning puck, and then that shows the last 10 games or so, and then I checked what they were doing before they were resting players. Then I went into NHL advanced stats and found 2 out of the 3 people had to be on their third line combination here to qualify. For instance, Ben and Johnston. Jamie Ben, Y. Johnston. And then I looked at expected goals for 60 minutes and expected goals against per 60 minutes. So I weighed those both equally, and I would determine from there which one is more important. And then I looked at goaltending. I also looked at pre and post All-Star break when I thought that would make a difference. And I looked at, for example, here, post All-Star break. And I also looked at schedules. So, instead of postseason schedule, regular season schedule. And I would look at who's heating up and when. And in the case of ties, like for example, we will see, I chose. I looked at last 10 games, and in ties, I chose the people getting hotter right near the end. So, let's go first. Top 2 centers. Between Dallas and Vegas, Dallas has, they've got Hintz and Duchesne. Vegas, I actually forget. Vegas lines. Eichel and Hurdle. I gave that one to Vegas. I'm going to be honest with you, that's 1 point for Vegas. I see Hurdle and Eichel as a very solid top 2. Hintz is good. I do not consider him Jack Eichel level. And I don't think Matt Duchesne is nearly as good as Tomas Hurdle. So I gave that there. Next was defense. Top defense for Vegas, probably Hannafin or Pietrangelo. Top defense for Dallas is Heiskanen. I gave that one to Dallas easily. Next was the third line. Dallas has a very good third line. They spanked Vegas in that regard. Then I went on to goaltending. Jake Ottinger has been pretty cold. Like 905, as you saw, even post All-Star break, doesn't beat Vegas's excellent 1-2 tandem, which in my opinion is maybe the best in the league. I know people are saying that about Boston. In my opinion, I think it might be Vegas with Logan Thompson and Aiden Hill. And then hotness. Vegas was not as hot as Dallas. So Dallas wins this 3-2. Dallas is 8-2 coming in, by the way. Next is Winnipeg versus Colorado. Winnipeg's top 2 centers are Scheifele and Monahan. I personally do not trust Monahan to be a top 2 center. And Colorado's got Nathan MacKinnon. So that one's going to Colorado. And Middlestat, also pretty good. Is he second center? No, but MacKinnon covers that. Next is defense. I also gave that to Colorado easily. You're out of your mind if you think I'm giving it to anyone but Colorado with Cale Makar in that team and Devin Taves to pack him up. Goaltending, Winnipeg. Connor Hellebuck is having a crazy year. Absolutely insane year. I think I saw 930. It was something insane. And then hotness. Winnipeg is 8-2 coming in as well, which is crazy. So that goes to Winnipeg. Vancouver, Nashville. This is where it gets controversial. Centers I gave to Nashville. Elias Pettersson and Lindholm are okay. Ryan O'Reilly and Sissons, I think Ryan O'Reilly's got the experience. And I looked at the last 5 games, or no, last 10 games, and Nashville's actually been outscoring them. And I think a large part of Nashville's game is the defense. And to still be out point scoring them is crazy. This is my first controversial pick. I think Nashville's got the better centers. I know, sue me. But Lindholm has fallen off a cliff, and then some. Defense, Nashville, also another controversial pick. I know Quinn Hughes is the Cup favorite, or not Cup favorite, the Norris favorite, but Roman Josi is right up there, and he's been outscoring him, and I think he's more defensively sound. It could just be Nashville's system. Call me biased. I think it is. Nashville also wins the third line, so they've won this series. Nashville had the best third line out of any team in this board. They had the best. It's an incredible third line. Vancouver wins goaltending because Saros started cold, and they also win the hotness, but Nashville taking that one far and away. This one surprised me. What I looked at, they had McDavid on the wing. With McDavid on the wing, LA wins every other category. Every other category LA wins. Even if you stick McDavid in center, it's still a 4-1 loss. It surprised me. So we're giving that to LA. Dallas Vegas was close on the board. I think it's going to be close in real life. I think that goes 7. Winnipeg, Colorado. Winnipeg wins it. I think it goes 7 as well. Nashville, Vancouver. Also close, and I did make controversial picks, so I think it goes 7. And then this one was a blowout. I think LA takes it in 5. So those are my picks there. Next we got Dallas, Winnipeg. I gave the centers to Dallas. Sean Monahan on the second line, and Scheifele is pretty good, but I think Hintz is probably better, if I'm being honest with you. Defense, Heiskanen, again, huge Heiskanen fan. Third line, also Dallas, so it's already a series win for Dallas. Winnipeg did get goaltending and hotness on the other hand, but still, Dallas wins that series. Nashville, LA, this hurt my heart. Centers I gave to LA. I think their centers, Philip Danault. Danault is really good, and that's something I had with McDavid on the wing. It's like, oh, Draisaitl. Philip Danault, dude, shut down. He's so good, and they still got Kopitar. Crazy. They're extremely good. And Pierre-Luc Dubois in there somewhere, I suppose. But hurt me to say, but I give that to LA. Defense, Nashville, Roman Josi. Enough said. Third line, like I said, Nashville sweeps. Third line every time. Goaltending did go to LA. And this is controversial, I think. It is controversial. But I don't know. Here, actually let me check something real quick. This might be an on-the-fly substitution, because that I used full season for that. No, actually, no, I didn't, did I? No, I think I... Here, if we go Nashville here. Oh, boy. Okay, Nashville. And then... Post-All-Star break. Oh, I gotta switch to goalies, right. Goalies. 9-12, yeah, no. LA still has that. So LA won that, and then hotness LA has coming in. So that goes to LA as much as it hurt to admit. Coming out of this, centers, I gave to LA again. Philip Danault and Kopitar, dude. And Duchesne is the second line center, I suppose. I don't trust it. Defense, Dallas, Heiskanen. I think Heiskanen's crazy. Third line also went to Dallas. Goaltending went to LA, actually. And hotness went to Dallas. 8-2 coming in. So Dallas is coming in from there. Next we had Florida against Tampa Bay. Centers, I gave to Florida. Their Barkov. Barkov solid. Playoff Sam Bennett. They're taking centers. Defense, I give to Tampa Bay because Victor Hedman. Insanity going on over there. Third line, Florida took. Goaltending, Vasilevsky's not on his game. Florida also took that and hotness. Florida wins this one 4-1. Boston versus Toronto. Centers, I give to Toronto. Tavares as a second line center. I think he's solid. I think he's really good. Matthews, awesome. Boston has 0 centers. Fucking Pavel Zacha as your top line center is a travesty. An actual travesty. Defense, I give to Boston. Charlie Coyle. I mean, no, Morgan Riley's not even close. I was like, you could make an argument. I don't think so. Third line, Boston took that. Goaltending, surprise, surprise, Boston took that too, and hotness. Boston wins this series 4-1. New York versus the Caps. I'm sure everyone sees this series coming. I'll be shocked if the Caps win this series. Centers, I gave to New York. I think it's not even close. Defense, I give to New York. Again, Adam Fox. Goaltending, New York. Shesterkin had a 930. A 930 after the All-Star break. That's insanity. Third line, the Caps took. I'm actually Henrik Lapierre. Really solid. And Sonny Milano. The Flames passed on that guy. But he's part of a very solid third line. And hotness goes to New York, so New York wins this one 4-1. Carolina, the Islanders. Closer than I thought it would be. Centers, I gave to the Islanders, honestly. Again, controversial, but I think Brock Nelson is heavily underrated. I think they're solid. Bo Horvat, also, I think pretty underrated. I gave that one to the Islanders. Defense, Carolina. I gave that to Carolina. Jacob Slavin. I love Noah Dobson. I think he's really good. Jacob Slavin, I think, is one of the best defensemen in this league. Goaltending, Carolina. Freddie Anderson has a 954 after the All-Star break. Insanity. Third line also went to Carolina, but the hotness went to the Islanders. So it's a 3-2, but it still goes to the Canes. This one was a 3-2, or not 3-2, sorry. I think it was a 4-1 win. I think it goes 5. This also a 4-1 win. I think this one, it's 5 or 6. We're gonna say 5. Rangers, Caps. I think 5. If I'm being, we'll bump this to 6. And then Carolina, the Islanders. This one will go 7. Closer than it should have been, I think. Florida and Boston. I gave the centers to Florida. Boston's not winning any center contests, so let's be real here. Defense, Boston. Charlie Coyle, I think, is still incredible. And McAvoy. I think I was meaning to say McAvoy this whole time instead of Coyle. Please forgive that. McAvoy, incredible. Goaltending went to Florida, but third line went to Boston. And then hotness, the deciding factor, Florida. Rangers and Carolina, a rematch of last year where the Rangers swept the Canes. Centers, I'm giving that to New York. Zibanejad Trocheck is dirty. Defense, I'm giving that to New York as much as it hurt me. Slavin's great, but Brent Burns is, in my opinion, a bit of a defensive liability, and I think overall, Jacob Trouba also on that blue line. He's mean during the playoffs. Keandre Miller. Yeah, you can argue either way. I would accept an argument, but I'm giving that to the Rangers. Goaltending, Carolina again for that ridiculous 954. Their playoff Freddie Anderson could still return to form and crash and burn, but then they've got Kochetkov, who's also solid. So it comes down to hotness, which goes to the Rangers. Florida versus the Rangers. Again, hotly contested one. I gave centers to Florida. Barkov, playoff Sam Bennett. Defense, I gave again to the Rangers. Third line goes to Florida. Solid third line in Florida. It's really good. Luostarinen, I didn't even know who this guy was, and he's amazing. apparently. Goaltending, the Rangers, Shesterkin with that 930. Also, we can turn it on. And then again, comes down to hotness, which the Rangers take. Now, Dallas or New York? As you can imagine, this one was close. Centers, I give to New York. Zibanejad and Trocheck. I might be overrating Trocheck, but I don't think I am. Defense, I give to Dallas. I know they've got Tanev. I know they've got Heiskanen, but Fox, Trouba, Lindgren, or not Lindgren, sorry, but Keandre Miller, still incredible. I'm giving that to New York. Hotness went to Dallas, but goaltending with the 930, Igor. And we're giving this to the Rangers. And I think there's going to be, I think this is going to go 6. It's going to be 27 goals scored. Read the official rules. And we're submitting that bracket. And now, that's the mathematical. Let's go to what my heart says. My heart of hearts. There a way for me to set up a new bracket? This is what my heart of hearts says. Vegas beating Dallas. I think Vegas is a playoff menace. I've got the Avs going very far, as you can see. I think the Avs are deeply underrated. This is, funnily enough, the only prediction from this side that is the same as my model was Nashville. Nashville transcends all. I've got Edmonton going here. Unfortunately, I have Nashville. I don't see Nashville beating McDavid. And then Vegas, I think, is good enough for a first-round knockout of someone, but then I think the Avs go. I'm very high on the Avs, if you couldn't tell. I think this is, again, I do have the Bruins over here. I think the only difference on this side, what's funny is everything is different here except for Nashville, and everything is different here except for Toronto. Or everything is the same here except for Toronto, which I have over the Bruins in 7. And then Rangers, and then Carolina. I'm pretty high in Carolina, as you can tell. I have them winning the Cup. But who am I to say what the model will predict? So, let me know. Are you with my heart? Or are you with cold, hard facts and science and logic? Let me know in the comments below. And I am curious to see what the other guys have for their brackets. All right. Catch you guys next time.